Friends, in this video we are going to test drive a Tesla Cybertruck. And as you know, if you've been following my channel, I currently have a Model 3. And so I'm not going to do a whole lot with the exterior because I just want to handle the drivability with the yoke as well as some of the other features that they've added. So we'll give you my honest opinion about them. And then I'm going to comment on the look of the exterior. They've been out long enough where everyone's got an opinion formed already. So we'll skip that for this video. We're going to navigate to a supercharger to let autopilot do its thing. Overall, first impressions, just driving it 1/4 of a mile. The visibility is fantastic. It really is. I really like that aspect of it. The first negative, and I've seen this online, is this rearview mirror is so small. You really can't see what's going on, but Tesla's accounted for that. They put in cameras everywhere. So nice big screen, and you can see what's going on behind you. So no issues there. One thing it takes getting used to is activating FSD or full self-driving. You have to hold the right wheel down, and that will enable it. So there we go. We are having it take us to a supercharger, which is 6 minutes away, and the ride is pretty smooth. Of course, it's a truck, so it rides real high. I like that. There is a physical button for the windshield wipers, so you can hold it down and put a little spritz on there. Surprisingly, it does a pretty good job for where you're going to see. So kudos to the Tesla team for that. This is a nice little feature in the glove box. You hit the button, it slides open. Every other one is, flops open, and you can tap it again to close. Look at that. That's a pretty nice feature. Of course, you can adjust the ride height. The tonneau cover, you can open it here. Let's raise our ride height up. Keep ride height until 25 miles an hour. You kind of feel it going up a little bit. Oh, there we go. All right. Autopilot's engaged. Just remember, a railroad track, and for a truck, normally you feel every little nook and cranny. That wasn't bad at all. It's been a while since I've had FSD, and they've really improved it. I don't know what version they're on, but it's doing a pretty good job. Let's see if it recognizes the speed bump in the street. Wow, speed hump sign. It's slowing down over a speed bump. That's a major improvement. They've never done that before. Usually you just fly over it. So good job, Tesla. All right, see how it does at this 4-way stop. It's looking left, looking right, and proceeding with caution. Wow. One nice thing I do miss about FSD is not constantly having to put your hand on the steering wheel like I do with my autopilot mode. Now this is a pretty sharp corner. Let's see how it handles that. Let's put the signal on. It's pretty narrow. And, oh, it wants some love on the wheel. Okay. Pay attention to the road. Yep, there it was. All right, interesting to see how it handles this supercharger at this really congested Wawa with really tight parking. So it's going into the Lowe's parking lot. All right, let's see how it handles the parking lot. Pretty crowded. Oh, it's a Lowe's and Wawa parking lot. There's the superchargers right ahead of us. There's carts. Interesting. So far, so good. A little sketchy. Kind of want to take over because it's. What you doing? Let's see if it puts us in a stall or if it just gets us here. And it is getting us here, but will it put us on a stall? Does not look like it will do that. Maybe. No. What? Is it going to do it? Huh. I guess that's all it's going to do. That was a really good test because this parking lot got really congested. It wanted me to park between 2 cars when there was 4 open spots. So having to do a 3-point turn there, pretty nerve-wracking because it is a larger vehicle, and it just got a little chaotic. But we're at the supercharger. Let's see what kind of speeds we're getting here. This is pretty cool. You've got the logo. I'm sure you've seen that before. So right now we are pulling only 93 kilowatts, 92. And this station is supposed to be a 250 kilowatt station. I understand that. I understand that when you're not at super low, less than 20%, that you will end up getting lower speeds. but still I was hoping to see something in the hundreds on a 250 station with no one next to me charging. This is a little unusual. Charging the vehicle, trying to see if I could stand on the tonneau cover, and I don't know, someone that has a Cybertruck, please comment, let me know. The tonneau cover is open. I'm not able to close it while I'm charging. Does that have something to do with the charging? Seems a little unusual. So if you could let me know in the comments, that would be great. I'd like to stand on it. I'm just over 200 pounds. I'd like to stand on there, and it says it can hold 300 pounds and put that through the test. All right, apparently not closing it there. You have to close it on this screen. So now it's closed. So now we will check it out. So disregard your comments. There's the footprints to give it the evidence. That's pretty cool. So if you need to park under something, use this as a ladder. What a great idea to be able to hold your weight. Back, I'm 6'3", pretty tall. Got lots of headroom even though the roof slopes back. Lots of good visibility. Not the most comfortable seats in the back. Let's see if there's an adjustment. The air works pretty good. I just turned it off so you don't have to hear the sound of it. Nice screen in the back here. Pretty cool. And then of course you can play games back here. You can do all that stuff. So we were here just a few minutes, picked up about 10%. We'll check it out and then we'll continue our drive. Lots of leg room too. Like I said, the only thing is it's not the most comfortable back seat. I don't know if I want to go on a long drive with this. And of course, a lot of people wanting to check it out, even though it's been out of a while. So had 2 really good conversations with people, just talking about electric cars and Cybertrucks, and everyone's got an opinion. So sitting directly behind the driver's seat with the seat all the way back, I still have more leg room than you do in most vehicles. It's not a ton of room, but generally when you're traveling with 4 on a long trip, you put the tall person in the back, the short person in the front, so you both have ample leg room. Not a huge deal. Say the airflow back here is great. Usually people in the back are always dying, I need more air, need more air. But this delivers it pretty well. Again, the headroom's more than ample, not an issue. Just the only major thing is I don't know, the back of the seat, if it would recline a little bit, it just feels a little firm. And so, talked to another nice Cybertruck owner. A lot of people are really engaged in talking about EVs and Cybertrucks in particular. So if you own one of these, as you probably already know, you're going to have a lot of people ask you lots of questions, which is cool. You learn a lot. You meet some interesting people. So if you're a people person and you're lacking in social interactions, get a Cybertruck. Your score will go up rather quickly. Score, you know what I'm saying? Your interactions will go up. I just forgot how wonderful full self-driving, which I refer to as FSD, what a great job it does. Now the smaller yoke, just coming in and out of that parking lot, because it's drive-by-wire, you don't have to do the whole crankety-crank. And so that is not a big issue for me, just having this smaller yoke, because you're not having to do giant turns. It's just a little quarter turn to move the vehicle. So that's not an issue. And yeah, I did get a good tip from the Cybertruck owner. He said because of the ride height adjustment, if you're on the shorter side and you've raised the ride height, there's an ability to tell it not to remember. So when you get home, you don't fall out of your car because you can raise it up a good 8 inches. So just a little hint if you're looking to buy one. And if you are looking to buy a Tesla, if you could use my referral code, that would be awesome. It'll be at the bottom of this video in the description. Let's see as we head back to Tesla. Earlier there was a biker coming on out of a stop sign area. He kind of ran and the car saw that and slowed down. So look at this turn here. There's a giant flower pot. It's pretty tight. Whoa, you think you hit the curb rash, but nope. I did a really good job with that. Comfort. The front seat is way more comfortable than the back seat. Now here on full self-driving, we have a car in our lane. It sees it and it's swerving around it. So back to the comfort. Very comfortable, very roomy, like you'd get in a big F-150. In fact, probably even more. It's very spacious. You don't feel cramped at all. Plenty of room to spread your legs out. plenty of room for your head, your neck, your arms, your shoulders. There's really no restrictions. You've got lots of personal space. And so if you're on the bigger side of humanity, definitely look into getting a Cybertruck. Let's look at these sun visors. They flip down, so sometimes the sun gets really low in the morning or evening. Pretty cool. Nice. See, it's a pretty busy road. No one's there. I would normally go, and if he stays in his lane, which he's not doing, he's going to have to use his brakes. Yep, that's what he had to do. Now we want to cut him off. Well, not we, but the Cybertruck wants to cut him off. All right. Just have discovered why we were getting the slower speeds. The charging limit was set to 60%, so I think that's why we were only getting 92 instead of 100. And I just lost. Got the strike. Got the strike. This is kind of a weird way to drive, but you could actually just do this with your hand. You can see how little I'm moving and how much I'm moving the vehicle. Barely moving my wrist. So we're going to park it by all these other Cybertrucks. Just discovered this feature. That's really nice. You have the front camera view. I wish they had that in my vehicle, so I can see, because it's almost impossible to see what's beyond the front of the vehicle. You can see that there. So let me rewind it. Put it in reverse. So we're in reverse, and then when we go forward to park, slide it forward. There's the front camera right there, and we can see where we are on the lines, because the view here is, there could be a kid's bike or something you just don't see, and it's really hard to gauge because it is so big. From here, you're thinking you're in the back of that Model Y, but you're actually not. You've got just at the line. So that's pretty cool. And you get when you strike out on FSD. So apparently, even though I was paying attention, I had the phone here looking this way, which is good enough on my vehicle. FSD is a little bit more picky with this. You probably have to have the phone up here if you're trying to get around the strikeouts, because I was fully paying attention to the road, and eyes and head and everything were where they're supposed to be, and still got the ding. And I had a hand on the wheel, so they're pretty diligent in striking people out for any kind of cell phone use, it looks like. Overall, drivability is awesome. Wasn't a very long drive, but the interior is comfortable from the driver's perspective. The ventilated seats are awesome, and the tonneau cover is great in the back. It's also got, let me show you the built-in cooler and storage in the back. Here, this is super easy to do. Just quick little lift up, 2 hydraulic lifts. It's actually, you can use it as a cooler. There's a drain plug there, and it shuts pretty easy. So great storage, and of course you've got your ability to charge other Teslas, other electric vehicles, run a welder on here if you wanted to. And then you got your 2 110 outlets as well. Okay, you can see by my shadow, I'm standing on the tonneau cover. It says, no, it says it can hold 300 pounds, so I'm just putting it to the test. It does, it works. It's a nice vantage point. I don't, but it's good that it can hold me. That's pretty cool. Even with the tonneau covered down, looking out that back window, not a lot to see. A little bit surprised. Center console is large, but some of these trucks have, you could have a family living there, but this one's, it's decent size. Friends, that's going to wrap up my review of the Tesla Cybertruck and comparing it to my Model 3. Obviously, we're comparing apples to oranges. You have a truck versus a small sedan that zips around. But as far as the interior, the drivability, those kind of things, it's fantastic. It really is. Takes some getting used to on the turn signals and the stalk. I am a huge fan of the stalk because with my car, I don't have FSD on my Model 3. And so when I'm coming up to a light, With autopilot, it waits till the last possible second and then it just jams on the brake. So if you have anything in your front seat, it's going flying forward. Very common occurrence. So what I would do is I gently go up on the stick to either disengage autopilot, or I hold it for a millisecond and get it in neutral so I can coast up to and then re-engage autopilot. So I can put it in neutral, come coasting up into the red light at a nice, comfortable, leisurely rate, and then re-engage, and it takes over on autopilot and has a nice smooth braking. So if you have FSD, that's not a huge issue because it's fantastic. But the autopilot, they really have left that by the wayside. Tesla has left that by the wayside as far as not addressing these stops. Now, they did recently on the last major update give us some of the visualization that you have with full self-driving, which we know it's the same computer, same hardware. So we know it can see those stoplights way further than it's displaying them. It can respond sooner, but they're obviously pushing for people to get full self-driving because that drives profits. I wish they would give us the same courtesy with the autopilot. That would be nice. So you don't have an issue with Cybertruck? Well, I guess you might if you don't have the full self-driving. So it'd be interesting to see if someone has a Cybertruck without FSD. Is it clunky coming up to stop signs and things of that nature? Friends, one other thing this car has is the Biohazard feature, which is nice. So if you're going through a dust storm or really bad diesel cloud, whatever, you completely filters it out with the HEPA filter, which is nice. That comes standard on the Model S's and X's and the Cybertruck. And some of the Ys might have it, but the Model 3s don't. Make it louder because it has to move more air through those really thick filters. So the other thing that I do in my Model 3 a lot, if you follow my channel, is I sleep in it. Last trip I spent 14, 15 nights in the vehicle in camping mode. So now I have the seat reclined all the way back, and I honestly can say I wouldn't be very comfortable in that. So I'm going to try and lay down lengthwise across the back seat. Actually, I want to show you the button here is a lot more noticeable. I say noticeable, but there it is. It's a lot bigger button to actually exit the vehicle. And it kind of pops the door open, which it doesn't do on my Model 3. You have to put some pressure on there. So that's a nice improvement. In the vehicle, you push that. All right, let's see if I did camping though, if I can lay all the way across and how much I have to tuck my legs in. That's a no-go unless you've got like some serious pillow action to help your neck. My body's folded in half to fit. I think if you're over 4'6", you probably can't lay in the back seat this way. Just a little comment. With the tonneau cover down covered, there is no view at the back, so you have to use the mirrors. The mirrors or the cameras. Here's some more of the other functionality under your settings. You can go to towing and hauling, and you can tell it what you're towing. You can do trailer brake gain, trailer brake boost, adaptive regenerative braking, right scroll wheel, trailer brake. That's cool. Nice. You can obviously feed power out. Let's see what the frunk looks like. That's cool. It raises by itself. That's nice. So there it is. I don't see the power outlet that showed on the screen. I can enable this power feed frunk, but I don't see what's happening there. It has accent lights, and we're testing a day, so we'll have to do another night one. You can set your color where you want it to be. That's kind of cool. All right, so those are wondering, this is the version of FSD we're testing. Supervised 13.2.7. Hardware, software version 12. And it has the self-driving computer for it. And for being a unique interface to the Cybertruck, the functionality and the way to figure things out is very intuitive to Tesla owners. Finding everything that you need, and the only thing that's confusing is the outlets, this power feed to the frunk. I don't know where that's located. So we'll find out. But there you have it, friends. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more great content. Please check the description to use my referral code if you're ever thinking about buying a Tesla. As of the time of this video, you will get $2,500 off for using that code. They do change from time to time. They constantly are changing the referral program, but still use the referral. There's always something that they're usually giving out. Could be free supercharging, could be a discount, could be, who knows. They're constantly modifying it. So at the time of this video, it is $2,500 off for you for using the code. Thanks so much.